Hi, so when I was writing this, I did do something different, like Luann said. I was trying to think for a really long time on how to write this, and it was really hard for me at first, but then I realized that the most important thing in my life for the entire time I've been on this planet has been art. And the first thing that led me to art was writing back in elementary school, and my teachers, they started out with me writing poetry, and I really fell in love with it, and ever since then I've wanted to be a writer. So I decided to write my 8th grade speech as a poem. So, you are not defined by who loves you, you are defined by what you love. I was not young when I heard these words and carved these words into my skin and buried these words into my brain and clung on to this notion like it could save me. Because when they say that you put the stars in their sky and then they leave you as just a lone star, a star is enough because the sky would be missing something without your glimmer. And when they're slipping away and all you can do is hold their hand, that is not your fate because you define yourself. Because I love the way your voice sounds when you say you love me, and I'm not going to leave you because I'm here when you need me, and when you're slipping away from yourself and me, I'm holding tighter and grounding into this earth so you don't pull me along with you. Yes, it's true. Maybe these words did save me. You define yourself, and I was young when I lived by these words. I didn't have to hear them. It was part of the fire that burned in my blood. When I decided I was strong and I thought I could take down mountains, I stood up to things twice my size and clenched my tiny fists and firmly said no. And then I was naive if I screeched, if I colored outside of the lines, when I threw my magic markers across the room with a clack and pummeled my fists against the table. I'm done, I would say. I can't make anything. But I was older when someone told me that I could make something better out of the misplaced color. I was older when I was told it didn't have to be misplaced. Maybe I'd heard it 1,000 times and never listened. They told me it was part of being an artist, and if being an artist could mean making the best out of the ugliest things, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And then I was furious when I was told that I had to choose between beauty or brains, because how could a girl dare to wander outside of convention, a convention without purpose but to stifle? Because how could a girl dare to expand beyond a box tailored for restriction? How could I dare to be more than one thing? And I was told that beauty was vapid and brains were lonesome. I was told that I could not be beautiful and read a book at the same time. I was trapped in between the prisons other girls were stuck in. I was floating in an undefined space everyone else deemed as unacceptable. Deemed me as unacceptable because I didn't want to choose. And then I made my choice between beauty or brains, nailed into my prison so perfectly fit for acceptability. And I opened my books and was told that I was ugly. Told I would always be alone for making this choice, told I would never be good or whole or popular. But the girls around me with makeup and curled hair, I watched as they were called vain and stupid or ditzy, told they would never be good or whole or smart because they wanted to wear makeup or took pride in their clothes, and I did not understand why the black they wore around their eyes made them bad people, and I did not understand why my grades would make me lonely. It was a perfect double standard designed to alienate us from each other and devalue what we loved because we could only love one thing, and neither was good enough. And then I was older, I was wiser when I decided I was beautiful, because my beauty wasn't something I needed anyone else's opinion on. It was for me to define myself, my body, my state of mind, my beauty. And after years of people telling me that my cleverness made me ugly, and after years of me not understanding why that even mattered, I knew it caused me pain. I wanted to be beautiful. But it did not take the magic makeover. It did not take the ugly girl putting down her books or changing anything about herself. I looked myself in the mirror and raised my chin and told myself I was. I was beautiful for myself inside and out because I wanted to be. I was powerful for myself inside and out because I wanted to be, and I was smart and ready, and I was whole and good and strong. I was. And then I was wise when I shattered the frigid walls of my confinement. It was, after all, my confinement to break. I clutched my books to my heart to stop the bullets bullies threw at me, and I wore my blush as armor because I wanted to. And they did not know if they should call me vain or stupid because I chose to wear that black around my eyes and chose to wear the clothes I loved. They did not know if they should call me nerdy or alone because I put my grades first and fell in love with stories. They did not know how to box me in or fit me in, and it made them uncomfortable. But this time around, I was okay with unacceptable. And then I was terrified when I stood alone in the dark, right on the middle mark, and reached out for your hand, but only grasped air, and it hurt me when you were not there. And I did not scream when I could not breathe in. I did not cry for help when I was drowning, and I was older when I started to become afraid of the monsters inside of my head instead of the monsters under my bed. And I was foolish when I lost sight of what I believed, when my pain defined who I was, where I stood instead of myself, thought things were after me, was my own shrink, on the brink of mutiny, my catastrophe and my blown out voice not speaking any words. I was searching for purpose, looking for something to hold on to, and found it I did. Wrote something though it might be worthless, drew something though it might be wordless, pointless curses, nonsense verses. I saw purpose start to surface, my voice was heard, screaming louder and louder. And I screamed for my will to live, to return to the surface, said nobody thought what I thought, nobody saw what I saw, but screamed for myself and made myself into what I believed once more. But art was my words when I thought I had none. Art was my scream when everyone else heard my silence. Art built up my voice until I could yell, and yell I did, and everyone heard. And art was my strength when I thought I had none, and art was my fists when I fought my own mind, and art was my place until I could come home. And I am the daughter of all that I've done, imposter, been fostered, then my father drained my dirty blood, regret was my name, but I washed my wounds away because my future was more important. And I am the daughter of all that I am and all that I want. I'm the daughter of my future, and my regret, my pain, my past does not define me. Always moving towards the storm, moving quickly, torn towards the eye between the ghost of a past I became addicted to and a future some called blinding. I don't understand why everything I love takes a different form when I move my eyes and the light comes in from just the right side and I know where I'm supposed to be. I am supposed to be the queen of my own castle, built on foundations of imagination, building bridges I didn't, burning bridges I didn't build, building new ones brick by brick, the smell of gasoline on my hands and my heart lighter than ever, singing a chorus that everyone knows and nobody wrote. And I was pretending that I didn't know the difference between friends and enemies. Said my friends were enemies and enemies were frenemies and everyone was after me. But your voices were calling to me when I wasn't listening, telling me to pull back up, telling me to pull harder and harder. Without any words, I could hear you. My friends were holding my hands when I was clamping them at my sides and refusing to give in. They said the only difference between life and death was one was trying, and they told me to try. Elle, I love you for listening and telling me I was okay and making me feel like I was breathing when I thought I was not. Elle, I love you for pushing me farther every day. Elle, I love you for taking me in and helping me and making me your family so effortlessly. I love you for accepting me. Adeline, I love you for hearing every word I spoke, even when I clothed it in smoke and uncertainty. I love you for screaming my name across the country to tell me to believe in myself. I love you for trying so hard and keeping your head above the water. I love you for being there for me. Flynn, I love you for making me laugh and loving so deeply. I love you for the things you say and the way you make me feel important. I love you for being so close, even with distance between us. And I love you for every little thing you do. Marjorie, Miles, Maya, I love you all for being my family, my squad, my early morning laughs, and my late night hysteria. I love you all for being so willing to find fun and adventure every day. Marjorie, I love you for readily accepting anyone and knowing exactly how to make me laugh. Maya, I love you for finding humor in everything and your determination to make every moment beautiful. Miles, I love you for caring deeply for the people around you and for never missing a beat without a smile on your face. And I was foolish when I thought I couldn't see friends from enemies because I had the best friends in the entire world. And it didn't stop there. Sorry. Mom, I love you for being my rock. I love you for the things you say and do and how you'll never give up. I love you for how powerful you are. I love you for how funny you are. You taught me to light fire in my heart and never let it burn out. You taught me to put myself first and believe in everything I said. But you taught me to nurture other people and love deeply and fully. And I'll bring that love to you. I love you. Tyler, I love you for trying so hard. I love you for your unconditional love and letting me punch you in the shoulder. I love you for your smile and how you make me feel important and beautiful and strong every day. I love you for being relentless and stubborn and sticking up for me. I love you. Dad, I love you for supporting me always and always being there. And I love my teachers for inspiring me, for being my family. I love you all for pushing me to do my best and more. And I thank you for knowledge and care and opening your arms up to all of us and bringing us your all. From the depths of my heart, I thank you. Cindy, thank you so much for being an endless ray of positivity, for teaching me to believe in myself and my brain, for helping me reach my full potential. Dave, thank you so much for bringing a smile to my lips every day and making me feel a little less alone. I always felt you in my corner and I will never forget you. Your little boy is so lucky. You all believed in me and you all pushed me, and I can never thank you enough. You are not defined by who loves you, you are defined by what you love. I love the people in my life for believing in me. I love art for being my words, my voice, my scream when I feel silence. You define yourself, and I will continue to. I am an artist, I am a friend, I am my future.